Marcos is a personal trainer at a gym. In addition to his salary, he receives a bonus for each client he sees. So if he sees one client, he gets $45 bonus pay, two clients, 90, and so on. So we're going to do three things here. We're going to graph this data. We're going to write an equation to describe the relationship. And then we're going to use that equation to make a prediction, the amount of money he gets if he sees 8 clients. So step one is to graph it. So let's go ahead and draw our X and Y axis. And because all of these numbers are positive, we only need to graph the first quadrant. So don't need to worry about showing the entire Cartesian plane. And I'm going to go ahead and do the y-axis extra tall because we got to go up. So we got to go up pretty high. So our clients looks like we just go to 5. So let's do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I even did that too long. That's okay. And then along the y-axis, let's maybe go by. Let's see if 20s will fit. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. Oh yeah, plenty of space. 20, 40, 60, 80, 300. Oh, I made it way too big. All right, we're good. Okay, so let's go ahead and plot the points that we have. Our first point is 145. So 140, so in between 40 and 60, let's go like about right there. That's a pretty good estimate for 145. And then 290, 90 should be right in between 80 and 100. So let's go about right there. 135. So 100, 120. Let's go about right there. That seems like a pretty good estimate. I'm trying to make sure these are all in a straight line because what I've noticed is that these are going up by the same amount. Maybe you've noticed too. For 180. That this table, they're all going up by $45. Maybe you've noticed that. So if they're all going up by the same amount, that means it's linear. So as I'm doing this estimate, I'm still trying to do an estimate that goes up in a straight line. Now I'm not going to connect these dots. This is going to be discrete because I cannot have part of a client. I can have one client, I can have two clients, I cannot have 1.5 clients. So this is a discrete graph. I'm not going to connect the dots. So there's my graph. Now, we kind of already know what the equation is going to be. I kind of spoiled it already by saying that I noticed that each time our client goes up by 1, each time we increase the number of clients by 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, the amount of money is going up by $45. 90 to 135 is an increase of 45. 135 to 180 is an increase of 45. 180 to 225 is an increase of 45. So we are increasing by $45 every single time. And so what that tells me is the equation for this is going to have a slope or a rate of change of 45. Furthermore, if I went down to 0 clients, that would be $0. I would go down 45. So if I were going to put a point on there for 0 clients, it'd be 0 clients, $0. So my equation would be, let's do B and C for our variables. B equals 45C, where B is the bonus pay and C is the number of clients. Oh, you know what? I just realized I am a terrible, terrible mathematician, and I did this whole graph without labeling the X and Y axis. Oh my goodness. If my algebra teacher could see me now. Forgot to label the axes. The shame. Bonus of clients. Oh my gosh. What are you doing, Taylor? Bonus of clients. Bonus pay. Okay, bonus pay. There we go. Okay, axes labeled. Crisis averted. Okay, so here's our equation. B equals 45C. If you use Y and X, it's fine. So now we're going to do the last part, predict the amount of his bonus if he sees 8 clients. So that means take our equation, B equals 45C, and tell me what happens if the number of clients is 8. Well, that seems easy enough. B equals 45 times 8. Well, I know 45 times 4 is 180 because the table tells me that. So 45 times 8 must be twice that much. So 360. So what does this mean? Marcos will receive a bonus of $360 for 8 clients. There we go. So we took our table, we did a graph, we used the graph to write an equation, and then we used the equation to make a prediction. This relationship is what is described as a proportional relationship. And a proportional relationship does two things. It has a constant rate of change. This is a definition you need to write down. It has a constant rate of change, and it must do both of these things. It passes through the origin. So it passes through 0, 0. So because Marcus got the same amount of bonus pay for each client, meaning every time the client went up by 1, he got $45, that's a constant rate of change. And because he got $0 for 0 clients and went through the origin, that makes it go through 0, 0. And those two things together are what make it proportional. If it only does one of those things, it's not proportional. It has to do both to be considered a proportional relationship.